Hey everyone, Jerry Upchurch here. Just wanted to get with you for today's video. Gosh, so much happened over the last couple of days. I'll give you a brief refresher, but gosh, Sunday night I started having pain and just really procrastinated with it all day Monday, and then Tuesday morning, well, I went to bed Monday night 1:30, got up at 2:30 pacing the floor, and ended up around 3:15 getting my wife up and saying, hey, we need to go to the emergency room. So got up to the emergency room, and basically, long story short, is I had a previous kidney stone, which was like in January I had one, and in June I had another one, and it had actually caused a blockage in my bladder. So I had to go in and get a catheter installed and all that good stuff. Well, you might not think it's good, but boy, when you got to have it, it is good. So all during this time, and then the whole day yesterday was just spent getting everything ready. I've got to have surgery to get that thing out tomorrow morning. So basically, the thing I was thinking about over this time period, other than the pain that I had been in, was focusing. And I went into the library this morning and I pulled out the book, The Power to Focus, and you can see Jack Canfield and Mark Hansen and Lee Hewitt, three people that we all know and have heard and dearly love their writings. Some of my phone fell over. I had it propped up here, but we've all heard their writings and like it, and basically, you know, one of the things he says in here, the purpose of this book and what's in it for you, and it got me to thinking. It says the individual who wants to reach the top in business must appreciate the might of the force of habit, and must understand that practices are what creates habits. Practices create habits. I'll look you right in the eye this time, since I have been having a hard time doing that. Practices enforces habits. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him, and hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habits that help him achieve success. And that was a quote by J. Paul Getty, and we all know who J. Paul Getty is too. But it made me think back on when we talk about practices and habits. Years ago, I read a book, I think it was called Seeds of Greatness by Dennis Waitley. If you haven't read that, it is a fabulous little book too. And in there, he had a poem, and it was an anonymous poem. Nobody really knew at the time who had written it, and they probably still don't, but I kind of memorized it years ago. And it says, I have a little robot that goes around with me. I tell him what I'm thinking, I tell him what I see. At first, my little robot followed my commands, but after years of training, he's gotten out of hand. He doesn't care what's right or wrong, or what is false or true. No matter what I try now, he tells me what to do. And the force of habit is what actually is the robot that is within us. And just like he was saying, J. Paul Getty was saying, is that we can have habits that help us, or we can have habits that detract us from what we're trying to achieve. And lately I have felt within me that I am dispersed in my thinking and in my habits, because I'm doing a little bit of business here and a little bit of business there, and I really love the fact of multiple streams of income. And that's sometimes thinking of multiple streams of income keeps us from focusing on the stream that we think is the most important, is going to give us the best benefit or biggest bang for the buck, you might say. So with that in mind, today, getting ready for my surgery tomorrow, I am focusing on what I need to do in my home business to drive the initial income first, get that thing started coming in a flood, and and then start diversifying out to other things. But the power of focus, that's what I want you to think about today. The power of focus, and what are you doing today to focus on the thing that's the most important thing in your life. So not the most important thing in your life, but the most important thing in your business life. I know God first, family second, job and everything else third, fourth, fifth on down the line. So those are the priorities that you should that I have in my life. Whatever you have, I don't know what that is, but think about that. The power of focus. What are you focusing on today? What should you be focusing on? Get that thing documented down on writing, in writing, and start working on the power of focus. Okay, let's go make money.